Hello everybody, welcome back to Cure for the Common Game. Today we're going to talk about Huang Zhong, Shu General. And I know I mutilated that name, but this is a Portal 3 Kingdoms legend. He is actually a legendary soldier, so can't be blocked by more than one creature each turn. Not bad. The cards to really bust it are in other colors, so I built tribal soldiers. So here we go. It's kind of a quick one today, just what you would think would be in trouble. So there's a few little interesting tidbits in there. Of course, we got our Soul Ring, Tooth of Ramos, and Paradise Plume. I kind of like the Paradise Plume. Well, a lot of people dunk on it because of the 4 casting cost, but it does give you a colored mana and, that awesomeness of incidental life gain. So let's look at some soldiers. Now, what I tried to do was, I didn't want to go the actual bird soldier route, but what I did was, I said, you know what, I want to use as many flying soldiers as possible. So, when you go flying soldiers, bird soldiers tends to be where most of them are at. Even though they're not all in that same block, they're now amplify is an ability that not a lot of. I mean, it's not on a lot of cards. It doesn't see a lot of love, and probably mainly because people don't like to reveal cards in their hand. But it's not bad. The Gust Cloak cycle was all of them had. I think there was a common, an uncommon, and a rare. All had that last paragraph of text there. Of course, we got the Aeronaut, the Skyfisher, even the kids can kind of get in on it, and while this is not, there are soldiers in the deck, of course, that do not fly. I mean, I had to go there. There wasn't quite enough to flesh out an entire flying soldier deck. I guess that's what we call that, an Air Force deck. The the Skirmisher, Wingbeat Warrior. Like I said, I'm not reading a lot of these simply because there is a few morph cards in here, and that hurts my soul because y'all know how much I don't like morph. That's the kind of the only reason why I haven't built Animar yet, is because I can't think of a better way to do it. Stalwart Avon, the Gust Cloak Harrier. Cloudreach Cavalry is not going to be a problem because, we're going to control the bird. The Avon Farseer kind of works with the... did I? Hold on. Oh, no, that was Stalwart Avon. I thought I had already seen the Avon Squire. I guess that's the beautiful part, though. I don't know why. When I list the deck over on Tapped Out, I love it. And one of the features that they have is, of course, the first card that you're going to list is your commander. And anything that does not match the color identity, it'll border in red as soon as you add to the deck. And if you add a second copy of a card, it'll instantly let you know border in red. It's like, hey, there's a problem here. And so it's a long time watchers, y'all can remember way back in the early days, there was a few times where I had like 2 different arts of the same card or something, and just, not possible now. As long as I list on Architect, I've listed probably 15 or 20 decks on there today, so I'm trying to alter my sleep schedule, getting ready for working overnights. But yeah. Anyway, back to the soldiers. Consul's Lieutenant, Sunstrike Legionnaire. Now, Soldier of the Pantheon, you actually net a little more life than you would think because multicolor is a thing. Hosta Marshal, Loyal Sentry. I like Loyal Sentry. You want to talk about a blocker. It might as well have Death Touch because people just don't want to swing into it. Bounty Agent, Sense Tactician, put a counter on a soldier. and they get benefits for the counter, of course. The obligatory Gem Palm spot, +1 first strike. Here again, I don't know. All the Gem Palm cycle from Legions, it's almost like you have to cycle them because they costed them way too high for you to want to cast them. Aegis of the Gods is a cool soldier, giving you the hex proof. Dire Stick. Some of those old foils are just so gorgeous. Love that Starburst. Catapult Master. It is a soldier. We're not doing the Druid Shaman thing again. Oh, I can't believe I messed that up. Johnny's Pride Mate. The old wording. Kil'Jordan Royal Guard. Hixus. The Pike Master is going to help out the tribe. So will the Swordsmith. Captain of the Watch. Gideon's Avenger. Creature and opponent becomes tapped. That's pretty neat. Baird. Now, we've got two here. The Phalanx Leader and the Fabled Hero both have Heroic. Now, I've always had an issue with Heroic because Heroic is a lot like Landfall in the fact that if you can't trigger it, you feel like you're behind. So, I mean, how many cards are we really going to dedicate in any given deck to targeting our own stuff? Because there's that fine line of, well, do I put heroic cards or stuff to trigger heroic, So, what I settled on doing here was recurable cards. For instance, Flickering Ward, great in Enchantress style decks because you can just, for 2 mana you're drawing a card in white, right? And then there are buyback spells. While this doesn't target a creature, I was in Tempest Block, and there are 3 white buyback cards. 1 in Tempest, 1 in Stronghold, 1 in Exodus. This is the Exodus one. But the Change of Heart is good in the fact that you can, that one scary creature, that Blightsteel can't attack this turn. And you just keep buying it back. Yeah, it's 4 mana, but I'd rather spend 4 mana than, take a lethal amount of Infect. So there's that. And, it's gorgeous art with the Sliver Queen and Karn. And in a pinch, at the end of the turn before you and you didn't do anything, you can Change a Heart one of your own creatures just to trigger that heroic, or one of those 2. So these cards are useful by themselves, but once you get the heroic, like Anoint here becomes really good. Once you get the heroic spells, they're that much better. Now, I don't figure any soldier deck would be complete without Mr. Soldier himself. If the Gatewatch were the Avengers, I think this would end up being Captain America. Or whatever, because he's the ultimate soldier. So much so, never mind, that's sad. When does the spellbook come out again? I don't know, I think I pre-ordered a few copies, I don't remember. Anyway, his spellbook's coming out soon, so I'll have, what's in that? Path? I'll have more paths. So let's look at some removal real quick. Aven Cloud Chaser is a bird soldier removal. Is this not... it flies. This is hitting all the boxes. Mass Calcify, kind of decent. Cast Out, Oblivion Ring, Celestial Purge, or as I like to call it, Exile Target Blood Moon, Disenchant, Citywide Bust. I like Citywide Bust for this because most of our creatures hang out in the 2 to 3 power range. Now, granted, with the champions and the counters and stuff, they get bigger, but it's kind of easy to manage if you know you've got Citywide Bust in your hand. And then, of course, Dusk and Dawn. So let's look at our, I don't know, stuff that helps the team. Unified Strike. Love Unified Strike. I mean, it's never going to be, super useful. Well, it's super useful in this deck. Super valuable or sought after card because it is legit only good in soldier decks. So, mobilization to get some more soldiers out there. Why not? High ground. High ground kind of works with, the theory or the flavor, yeah, of our commander here. So, battle mastery and armor dissension can just make, we're mono wide, makes your commander, awesome. Works really great with our rogue's passage, of course. I had to put in veterans armaments because it equips for the free. I mean, that's not bad. Ring of Thune. Yeah, I know it's a little weak for the cost here, but being able to mount up those counters. Bally Rush Banneret, that probably should have been in the ramp section, shouldn't it? But, your soldier spells are a little cheaper, as well as the War Chief, the same. Brave the Elements. Let's talk about Pithing Needle, or Pithing Needle, however you would like to say it. You want to talk about unsung heroes here. This card is outstanding. It always has been, and I think it gets overlooked quite a bit in our format. Activated abilities with Source of the Chosen Name can't be activated unless they're mana abilities. Anything that activates, anything that has an activated ability. How many commanders are there? Every Planeswalker. Oh my gosh. Is this like the Stone Cold Nuts in Oathbreaker? Is it? I don't even know if Oathbreaker has a ban list or anything. I have not built or played an Oathbreaker game yet. I haven't even seen it played, but seems really fun. But my entire collection is going towards this goal. I mean, we're on deck number 435, and we've still got 300 and some odd to go. So, yeah, my entire collection is spoken for at this point. But let's look at some of our lands. Of course, we got, a little cycling desert. We had to put the soldier land in there and really the encampment is not, there's an elf one, there's a whatever, but the purpose that I use it for is onboard tricks. It messes with combat math. Sometimes it'll save your creature, just giving them that, if they can deal Xaxes to your creature, hey, it's going to live. Sajiri Step. Target creature you control gains pro color of your choice to end a turn. It's not bad for a land drop. Blighted Step. Incidental life gain, I guess. And then lastly, Tectonic Edge. And the one thing I forgot to do, I could not believe I actually forgot to do this in the last video. I guess because it's still so new. I haven't really gotten used to it. That's right. You see it. All those white border planes. There is, I can't remember the name of the company. Is it Borthize? There is a company that does inner sleeves, like the Profits and stuff, that have a border color. And of course they did black border, but I'm looking for the white border because I would love to white border out some of my cards that have never existed in a white border. I know. I'm the exception to the rule because I love me some white border, but let's go put this on the wall. Okay, where are we at? Deck number 435 is complete. Well, I do appreciate y'all watching. Y'all let me know what you think. See, right here is where I have gotten to. On Architect, I have gotten to what, those 3 rows, and then halfway up this one. I'm going to go across. I think I have actually got... I started with Architect somewhere here in the 400s. So I think the last several of these are actually done, but, you know, all those ain't. So it's going to take me quite a bit of time to actually get them all. But that way I will be able to, because Architect has beautiful search items and, you know, each deck list, and I will be able to, it will simplify the updating and everything. So I do appreciate y'all watching. Y'all let me know what you think. But I think right now it is time to shuffle and cut.